Morning. You know, it's very funny to be here now. I remember some years ago, kind of a different life, you know. I was seated here and there was a guy standing there with his black suit, you know, telling big stories about what he did, how he did it, and what we should do, and, you know, maybe one or two of his ideas were right, but a lot of them, they were 15-year-old now. They are not valid anymore. So what I'm going to tell you today, maybe it's valid today, but be careful, okay? When you will be coming back here to do the same speech, remember that what you're going to say is going to be outdated very quickly, because in our business, moving very fast. But if you work in hospitality business or restaurant business, it's the same, okay? It's a service business you are doing. You're not here to tell the guest, hey, madam, you are going to eat that. This is good. You're going to like it. And you, sir, you're going to love my room, and the bed is the best bed you have ever seen. This is what you're going to say. No, it's not the... No. You are going to ask, excuse me, sir, did you like the room? What can I do to improve it? What can I do to please you? It's the same. Did you like the food? What can we do to improve it to please you? You're not here to say, this is, I know it's like that, it has to be like that, because I decided it's like that. There is nothing like that. This is not true. You are here to serve people, not to be the slave. Don't make the mistake, okay? But you are here to serve people. You are here to try to understand what they want and give them what they want, if you can, okay? And trust me, this is going to take you a lot of time, a lot of energy. We are not doing brain surgery. We are not nuclear plant engineers, okay? So somehow it's not that complicated, our job, some can say. In fact, it's very complicated because you need to please everyone, which is difficult in my opinion. And if you have 250 rooms, you're going to have maybe 200 guests per day in your hotel, in the room, plus the one coming from the outside. And you are not going to have 300 restaurants, huh? You're going to have 2, 3 restaurants at the best. And with 2 or 3 restaurants, you have to please 300 people with 300 different tastes. Good luck. This is going to be your job. It's the same for the room. You will have 200 people in your hotel. You will have one type of room, you know, the standard room, the bigger room, the suite, you know, but it's almost the same decor, the same linen. They're all going in the same room, with the same bathroom, with the same amenities. And they have to be happy. It's your job. Yeah? And you have to understand. Hotels, you know, we all think about, oh, 5 star, 5 star, 5 stars, the best, luxurious, I want to be there. You know, it's wow. But hotels, you have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And they are all good business, you know. It's not because an hotel is a 1-star hotel that it's shit. It's not true. There's no such thing like that. You know, the Accor Hotel group, this French group, they created the Formula 1 hotel. You heard about that? It's the cheapest hotel possible for a guest. There is no staff. There is nothing. The toilet cleaning is automated. The bathroom cleaning is automated. Everything is automated. You want to come to the hotel, you type a code, you put your credit card, the door opens. There's no one to tell you nothing. There is no reception, there is no one giving you the card. But it's a very good business. They make a hell of a money about that, because what we do is business, right? You remember that? It's a job, it's to make money. It's not, you know, there is no romantic thing behind that, okay? You have to decide before the end of your scholarship what you want to do. You want to be in a hotel or in a restaurant? You want to be in a 1-star hotel or a 5-star hotel? You want to work for McDonald's or you want to work for a 3-star Michelin restaurant? It's very different, you know. 1-star hotel and McDonald's, the standards are very low. You don't bother what the guests like. This is the product. Eat it or leave it. No, but it's true. There is no fancy stuff, nothing, and you have to make your money on the volume. And you don't really care with your guests. If they're not happy, anyway, you don't care. You have millions of guests everywhere. If you work in a 3-star Michelin restaurant or a 5-star hotel, you have very few guests. You are not working on the volume. You're working on the quality. Every detail counts. Is this plant good, okay, at the right place? Are all the leaves of the plant clean? All the plants. you have in the hotel. All the leaves of every plant. This is the kind of detail when you go to the top, luxury. Okay? So you have to decide what you want to do. Both is good. There is no better than another one. It's just a business. There is nothing other than that. And again, you are here to please the guest, even if it's Formula One or McDonald's. Even if McDonald's, they have only one type of food, which is burger. So they have the burger with meat, the burger with fish, the burger with bacon, but it's a burger, okay? We all know the system, and you like the burger, you're happy. You don't like the burger, then there is nothing else. You're not going to ask the waiter. There is no waiter. Excuse me, sir, it's not cooked like I like it. It's well done. I want it rare. No, there is no such thing in McDonald's. You take it the way it is, okay? And you make a lot of money. But still, McDonald's is pleasing the guests. Still, they have the survey with their guests trying to understand how to make the burger better. If you talk about the hotel business, if you talk about the rooms, how you make the difference in the room between a 1-star Formula One or a 5-star Ritz-Carlton. I'm not mentioning my brand. She didn't. How you make the difference? Do you have a clue in the room? What is making a room a 1-star Michelin, a 1-star hotel room like Formula One, or what makes the room a 5-star hotel room? Because there is a difference. There must be a difference. At least the price is not the same. Trust me. So.
Furnishing.
Thank you. Something also that costs a lot, and no one thinks about is the linen. You know, the bed linen, the towels in the bathroom? You know that there is different quality for that? What you put also in the bathroom, what kind of soap, shower, you can put the cheap one for the supermarket, or you can take a very luxurious brand, what do we have? Bulgari. Bulgari, wow. Cost a lot, Bulgari, trust me. So all those things is what you're going to do. This is what you have to understand, because you are going to be teach methods of management which are mandatory. You cannot do without that. But most probably, like me, when you will come out of the school and you will start working, you will realize that, oops, shit, it's so complicated what I'm doing. Because here at school, the teachers are going to make it simple for you, somehow, okay? They try to teach you something. They don't try to make your life a misery. Okay? But when you get out of school, all the theory, all the teaching, all the whatever that you have heard here, you have to apply it. The problem is you have to apply them all at the same time with 200 people. Here at school is very nice. You're seated, there is one teacher, okay, talking about one thing at the same time. This is going to change. You have to be able to multitask. You remember, Maya? The managers are multitasking now. It's the big new thing. The good thing about hospitality business, if you want my opinion, if you want to move, you move wherever you want. There is no limitation. Soon, you can move to the moon. No, really. It's going to happen very soon. You will see in your lifetime, maybe not me, I will be dead, but you will see in your lifetime, you will see there will be an hotel on the moon and you will see it. And I hope you will remember me at that day. And maybe one of you will go there, who knows? We have the hotel on the sea now. It has opened, right? So, no one thought 10 years ago it would be possible. It is possible. It's now. It's happening now. It's working. There are guests in the hotel. They are operating it. This hospitality industry is the first industry in the world. It's the biggest industry in the world. It's the industry with the highest development rate in the world. And it's not going to stop tomorrow. This is going to continue the next 40, 50 years minimum. So there is no problem. You're safe. You will have a job and you will have a good job. But you will have to work hard for it.